Greetings, dear friends. Happy Monday to you. Happy Monday. Hope you had a beautifully nurturing and restful weekend and are ready to step into this new week. This is our usual Monday check-in and our Mastering Your Mindset session. If you've been to these before, you know that I like to just kind of share with you what we are being influenced by with the phases of the moon. And then we're going to pull some cards to just really help us set the tone and help us really get in touch with what's the best and the best way forward for each one of us. This is such an important piece. That's why I like to really feel into the phases of the moon, because it's to really help you be in alignment with your own truth, to really access that truth, to share your truth, to be your truth. So this is a very pivotal week for that. What the lunar influence for us is the full moon, which is also known as the snow moon, the full moon in the sign of Leo. So this is a really important piece. What I just said about the get in touch with your inner gift, your light, your talents. That's what this full moon energy is all about. And this is going to be with us on the 12th. So we're already feeling the vibe of it. So this is about really allowing that the light of the full moon to shed a light on what is your unique talents and gifts and light and way of being. So this is about really stripping off anything that's dimming your light or that's not allowing you to be authentically 100% who you really are. You see, I've been saying this of late, that I believe that the theme for all of our life purpose is to really get in touch with and understand who we are. So know thyself, and then walk forward confidently with your peccadillos and quirks and ways of being and ways of speaking and ways of showing up and ways of being of service. You see, the more we do that, the more we can actually affect the collective, because we give others the permission to do the same. And then this whole piece around authenticity and really listening, and I'm putting quotes around that idea of listening, because listening, what I mean is really get in touch with your intuition. What kind of ways do you receive your own inner guidance? Do you hear things? Do thoughts just land in your head? Do words just pop out of your mouth? Do you feel things at your heart space? Do you just have an inner knowing in your tummy? A gut sense? Or is it kind of a combination of all of those? The truth is, we all have access to those channels, if you like, or ways of receiving our guidance, but it's important to hone that craft and to really pay attention to using that question that I've often said to you to use. How do I feel about myself here? So how do I feel about myself here in this environment, with these people, with these ideas, with the sense of authenticity, with the idea of shining my light, with the idea of being the change or the peace or the harmony or the balance that I wish to see in the world around me. Because if we want change, if we want to see global harmony and everybody getting on and the vibe of peace and calm and joy and happiness, we have to find it inside first. All outer manifestation of what we wish to see must start within you. So can you let this full moon in the sign of Leo put the light, shine the full light on your own auspiciousness, on your own gifts and talents, and are you bringing them into your own life expression? I trust that makes sense. If I say anything that you need a wee bit more guidance or support on, just put it in the comments below or message me directly. But we are going to start pulling some cards. So Oh, the other thing, one more thing I wanted to say about that Leo, the full moon in Leo, is this is a time to check in with expectations. Check in with your own expectations. I should be this way. I should talk these ways. I should do these types of things. But also expectations of others. Are you kind of allowing other people's agendas or opinions or ideas to kind of filter or dim your light? So that's something else to just check in with. If it's not, that's great. But it's just to make sure that you're showing up for you, checking in. Okay, take a nice deep breath. And now we're going to use the first deck of cards that I use for these sessions is my letting go guidance system. So let's see, what can we let go of? What can we focus on? And this is just to ask yourself a question to see, is there something here with this idea of this card that, oh, see, this is perfect. So I said to you about the expectations. Is that what's dimming you light or your light, or not allowing you to share your authenticity, your gifts, and it's disapproval of self? So where does that trip you up? Do you think you're not enough? Do you kind of look at your peccadillos or your quirks or your gifts and kind of go, oh yeah, but everybody else has got things way more auspicious than I do? Disapproval of self is sneaky. So part of it, I was just thinking too, is part of it can sometimes be an inner dialogue that's saying, oh my gosh, what will people think if they saw this or heard me speak like this or saw me do these types of things? So therefore it's not enough. But what would happen if you just played full out with your own auspiciousness, your own awesomeness, taking that Leo energy? Leo energy is very much about taking the bold step forward, being courageous, standing up. Think of how proud a lion is of just, yes, I can stand here, I can walk forward, I know my heart energy. Very powerful heart energy with this Leo full moon. Okay, take another deep breath. I'm going to pull one tarot card to see what tarot card, oh, perfect. They're always perfect, right? It's the High Priestess. So the High Priestess reminds us of duality, of polarity. It reminds us of really tapping into our own masculine and feminine nature. But it also really encourages us to listen. Remember I said listen to our own inner wisdom, our intuitive nature. We are actually all intuitive by nature. And so then when I said that we all need to bring our gifts, our talents, our light into life experience, then the High Priestess comes from her inner wisdom. I trust that makes sense. Okay, now I'm going to use, talking about intuitive and all of this piece around, you see, mastering your mindset is really all about getting in touch with your intuitive nature and following it. Not second guessing, because that's something that's very important. Intuitive guidance doesn't repeat itself, number one. And often if you're sitting there in your head and you're going, oh, what about this? And maybe I should do that. And maybe I should do that and not do this. And intuition will say yes. Then you have to figure out what one was yes. That's why it's so important to find your rhythm and be patient and kind, knowing that all answers you're seeking are seeking you. So sometimes that means take one question at a time and really feel into it using that question I just said, that how do I feel about myself here? So I say yes to this. How do I feel about myself? I feel great. I feel aligned. But if I feel discombobulated or I'm not quite sure, then maybe that's a no. So really see what you can do with that relationship, you with you, and maybe that can help you let go of some of that idea of disapproval of yourself. So now, I just pulled 3 of the Intuitive Whispers Oracle to help you kind of feel into this a wee bit more. Oh, this is perfect. Fill up your cup. You see, this is actually really important, the piece around receiving your intuitive hits. Because if you don't look after yourself, and I'm talking about looking after yourself on what I talk about as your 4 pillars, your PEMs. So you have to fill your cup and look after yourself physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. That actually really feels into that high priestess energy too, because that's feeding and looking after your masculine attributes and your feminine attributes. Regardless of whether we're male or female, we all have masculine and feminine attributes, and we need to take care of them within us in order to really get in touch with our intuitive guidance. We're souls here, so we want to be hearing the guidance and following the guidance. This next one is spacious mind and soul. So may this Leo full moon shine the light on that spacious mind and soul, finding your best rhythm. And then the last one, this is beautiful. This looks like a full moon here too. It's the magic of nothingness. The magic of nothingness. Just be, rather than feeling like I have to do and I should do and all the blah, blah, blah that we can have get caught up in our head. So can you just release that and trust that, truth be told, you actually are in the right place at the right time. You do have all that you need in this very moment. So maybe you can step into that and trust yourself. Okay, I'm just about ready to finish off this session and send you off into this week ahead. This beautiful, expansive, courage-boosting week. And I'm just going to wrap it up with one of my Liberate Your Inner Truth cards, because that's what this is about. Very, very powerful Liberate Your Inner Truth kind of inspiration this week ahead. So let's see what comes up. Oh, perfect. Oh my goodness. I got chills on this one. I'm sharing my gifts. Isn't that perfect? That's what I just said about this Leo full moon, is really saying, may this be a boost to you to say, I am sharing my gifts. That's perfect. Perfectly timed. So let me read this out to you. Everyone has gifts, talents, skills, abilities. Sharing my gifts is a way to give to the world, not because I have to, but because it gives others an opportunity to learn, to grow, and advance in ways they have yet to experience. That is perfectly aligned with this beautiful week ahead, with this beautiful energy that we are, like I said, we are already immersed in it, but the full moon doesn't happen fully until Wednesday on the 12th. I wish you a superb week ahead. Like I said, if you need any support or further guidance, just let me know. I wish you a superb week ahead. Much love to you.